Guys, this free agency is absolutely crazy. Jaylen Brown has just been traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George and 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. The 76ers just somehow managed to get Jaylen Brown, who's coming off an MVP caliber year, averaging 29, 7, and 5 on 48% shooting for Paul George and 2 first-round picks? That is a steal. Boston just got absolutely fleeced. There's no other way to put it. They got robbed in broad daylight. They made the situation with Jaylen Brown untenable. They disrespected him. They treated him badly. They tried to shop him around. They didn't get what they wanted at first in Giannis, and they had to move on. They had to get desperate because the relationship was fractured, and they just made the worst deal they could possibly make. I'm sorry, Paul George is cool and all, but Paul George is 36, declining in his career on a $54 million a year contract that he isn't worth. And now the 76ers next year have a potential lineup of Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, the newly acquired Dean Wade, and Joel Embiid. That's a championship level team. And the 2 first-round picks that Philly gave up was a 2028 first-round pick and a 2031 first-round pick, meaning that Philly, despite being locked up on money now, still has plenty of assets. If Joel Embiid and the rest of this team can stay healthy, then Jaylen Brown makes them a championship contender and the #1 favorite in the Eastern Conference. That's how good Jaylen Brown is. He can do it all. He can score, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass, he can defend. Again, some things can be a bit shaky, like, obviously he's the right-hand demon and all that other stuff, but Jaylen Brown is in the prime of his career. Last year, due to Jason Tatum tearing his Achilles, the Celtics asked for Jaylen Brown to be their #1 option, their #1 scoring leader, and to lead them to a good record in the East. And he did just that. He played elite, the best basketball of his career, and led them to a second seed. Despite the fact that they did blow that 3-1 lead in the playoffs, you can't deny how amazing Jaylen Brown is. And what he does for this Sixers team is make them elite. Now, the Sixers still need to add more solid depth pieces, but this is the best talent that they've ever had around Joel Embiid. And with Joel Embiid aging, guys like Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown can now take the edge off Embiid. As for the Boston Celtics, now not only does the future look a bit bleak, but you're going to be scrambling around for that #2 player who fits Jason Tatum's timeline and who's going to be good enough to be the second best player on a championship team like Jaylen Brown was.